Something pulled you here, didn't it? Not curiosity, not boredom, not some random algorithm deciding your fate. Something deeper, something you can't quite name, but you definitely felt the moment you saw those words. If you're seeing this, the universe has chosen you. And before you roll your eyes and think this is just another spiritual clickbait video, let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt truly, genuinely surprised by life? When was the last time something happened that made you stop mid-sentence and think, wait, that's impossible? Because here's what most people don't realize. The universe isn't some mystical entity floating around in space making arbitrary decisions about who gets what. The universe is a living, breathing system of energy and intention, and it's been watching you, not in some creepy surveillance way, but in the way a master artist watches a canvas, waiting for the perfect moment to add the stroke that changes everything. You've been sending signals without even knowing it. Every choice you've made, every time you've chosen growth over comfort, every moment you've pushed through when quitting felt easier, every instance you've trusted your gut, even when logic screamed otherwise. All of those moments were broadcasts, transmissions sent out into the field of infinite possibility, announcing your readiness for something bigger. And now the universe is responding. But here's where it gets interesting, because being chosen isn't what you think it is. It's not about being special or superior or somehow more deserving than everyone else walking around on this planet. Being chosen is about alignment. It's about reaching a frequency that matches what's trying to emerge through you. It's about becoming a clear enough channel that the universe can finally use you for something significant. Think about the last few months of your life. Really think about them. Have you noticed the patterns? The way certain themes keep showing up in conversations, in books, in random moments when you're just existing? The way doors have been opening in places you didn't even know there were walls? The way obstacles that used to feel insurmountable now feel more like puzzles waiting to be solved? That's not coincidence. That's calibration. The universe has been fine-tuning your frequency, adjusting your awareness, preparing you for something that requires the exact combination of skills, experiences, and perspective that only you possess. Every failure that didn't break you, every success that didn't inflate your ego, every relationship that ended exactly when it needed to, every job that felt wrong until it led you somewhere right. All of it was preparation. But being chosen comes with something most people aren't prepared for: responsibility. Not the heavy, burdensome kind that feels like carrying the world on your shoulders, but the light, purposeful kind that feels like finally understanding why you're here. Because once the universe chooses you, once you've been activated for your real work, ignorance stops being an option. You can't unsee what you've seen. You can't unknow what you now know. You can't go back to sleepwalking through a life that was never meant to contain you. This is why some people run when they feel this shift happening. They sense something big approaching and they panic. They retreat into familiar dysfunction because the unknown feels more terrifying than the dissatisfaction they've grown comfortable with. They choose the devil they know over the angel they don't recognize. And that's okay. The universe is patient. It will wait. But for those who stay, for those who lean into the discomfort of expansion, everything changes. Here's what starts happening when you've been chosen. Your tolerance for mediocrity disappears completely. Not because you become arrogant or demanding, but because you finally understand your own worth. You stop accepting situations that require you to dim your light to make others comfortable. You stop pretending that dreams are just fantasies that responsible adults abandon. You stop making peace with a life that feels too small for the vastness you carry inside. Your intuition becomes louder, clearer, more insistent. That quiet voice that used to whisper suggestions now speaks with authority. You find yourself knowing things you have no logical way of knowing. You start making decisions that don't make sense on paper, but feel absolutely right in your bones. You begin trusting a guidance system that operates beyond the limitations of rational thought. People start responding to you differently, not because you've changed your appearance or your personality, but because your energy has shifted. You're vibrating at a different frequency now, and that frequency is magnetic. You attract opportunities that align with your purpose. You magnetize people who are operating at similar levels of consciousness. You repel situations and relationships that would have kept you stuck in older versions of yourself. But here's where it gets really interesting. The universe doesn't choose you and then hand you a roadmap with clear directions to your destination. That would be too easy, And easy doesn't create the kind of strength you're gonna need for what's coming. Instead, the universe chooses you and then starts presenting you with tests. Not cruel tests designed to break you, but precise tests designed to reveal what you're truly capable of. These tests look like opportunities disguised as problems. They look like situations that require you to step into a version of yourself you've never been before. They look like moments when you have to choose between what's comfortable and what's calling you. They look like chances to demonstrate that you're ready for the responsibility that comes with being a chosen vessel for something greater than yourself. And this is where most people get confused. They think being chosen means life gets easier, that doors just magically open, and everything flows effortlessly. But that's not how it works. Being chosen means life gets more intense, more purposeful, more aligned. It means you stop wasting energy on things that don't matter, so you can pour everything into what does. It means you become a magnet for both incredible opportunities and significant challenges because both are necessary for your evolution. The universe chose you because it needs what you have. Not what you think you have, but what you actually have when you stop hiding behind excuses and limitations and stories about why you're not ready. It needs your unique perspective, your specific combination of gifts, your particular way of seeing and solving and creating. The world is full of sleepwalkers pretending to be awake, and the universe doesn't have time to shake everyone by the shoulders. It's selective. It's strategic. It looks for the ones who are already stirring, already questioning, already sensing that there's something more beyond the scripts they've been handed about how life is supposed to work. You've probably noticed that you don't fit into the boxes everyone else seems comfortable living inside. You've tried, haven't you? You've attempted to want what you're supposed to want, to be excited about what everyone else gets excited about, to find fulfillment in the same places where others claim to have found it. But something always felt off, like you were wearing clothes that belonged to someone else, playing a role in a movie you never auditioned for. That discomfort wasn't a bug in your system. It was a feature. It was the universe's way of ensuring you wouldn't settle for a life that was too small for what you came here to do. Every time you felt like you didn't belong, every moment of feeling like an outsider looking in, every instance of sensing that you were built for something different, that was the universe keeping you from getting too comfortable in places that were never meant to be your home. And now you're here, reading these words, feeling that familiar stirring that tells you something significant is about to shift. Because the universe has finished its preparation phase. It's done testing your resilience, done measuring your commitment, done watching you choose growth over comfort enough times to know you're serious about this path. Now it's ready to show you what you've been preparing for without even knowing it. But first, let me tell you what happens to people who get chosen but don't understand what they're being chosen for. They mistake the increased intensity in their lives for bad luck. They think the universe is punishing them when it's actually promoting them. They interpret the dissolution of old structures as destruction rather than renovation. They panic when familiar supports fall away, not realizing that those supports were actually limitations disguised as security. The truth is, when the universe chooses you, it starts dismantling everything in your life that doesn't align with your higher purpose. This isn't cruelty. This is precision. It's removing the obstacles that you've grown too attached to see clearly. It's eliminating the distractions that have been keeping you from your real work. It's clearing the stage so that what wants to emerge through you has space to breathe. This process feels chaotic because you're watching it from ground level, but from the universe's perspective, it's elegant choreography. Every ending is perfectly timed to make space for a beginning. Every loss creates capacity for what you're about to gain. Every moment of confusion precedes a moment of unprecedented clarity. Here's something that will probably surprise you. The universe didn't just start paying attention to you recently. It's been tracking your progress for years, maybe decades, watching you develop the exact qualities you're going to need for what's next. That job that felt meaningless but taught you how to handle difficult people. That relationship that ended badly but showed you what you actually value in human connection. That failure that crushed your ego but revealed your true resilience. All of it was curriculum in a school you didn't know you were attending, preparing you for work you couldn't have imagined when the lessons began. And now, graduation day is approaching. Except instead of receiving a diploma, you're about to receive a mission. Not the kind written on paper with clear objectives and measurable outcomes. but the kind that lives in your bones and speaks through your intuition and reveals itself one step at a time. The people in your life are going to notice this shift before you fully understand it yourself. They're going to see you making decisions that seem impractical, pursuing paths that don't make obvious sense, saying no to opportunities that look good on paper but feel wrong in your gut. Some will question your judgment, others will worry about your stability. A few will be inspired by your courage to follow something invisible but undeniably real. Let them have their reactions. Their confusion about your choices is actually confirmation that you're moving in the right direction. When you're aligned with your true path, it looks crazy to people who are still operating from old paradigms. When you're living from your authentic power, it threatens those who have made peace with powerlessness. When you're following the universe's guidance, it seems reckless to those who only trust what their minds can understand. So if you're still here, if these words have been hitting different than you expected, then you already know what I know. This wasn't a random click. This wasn't algorithm luck. This was recognition. The universe has been waiting for you to reach this exact frequency, this precise moment of readiness. And now the real work begins. You're not the same person who started watching this video, and you never will be again. The question isn't whether you've been chosen anymore. The question is what you're going to do with that choosing.